Hi guys, this is Elise and I would like to share with you guys a layout that I made, and one of my goals for myself is to do a 12 by 12 layout every month this year, and hopefully maybe 2 or 3. And it's Secret Squirrel time, and I got back in for the month of February, and our challenge this month was we had to use basic black, creams, browns, and we couldn't use any pink or blue on the box, but we could use pink or blue on the other things that we made for our Secret Squirrel. So I decided that this month I was going to make my Secret Squirrel a layout, and this is what I came up with. And I just called, I sent her a message and asked if it was okay. Well, I sent, had someone message her for me to see if it was okay to use one of the pictures off of her Facebook page, and I did. And here she is. My partner is Anne. And what I used a piece of, first of all, I put my paper on a 12 by 12 chipboard, and this paper is the damask, black and white damask with on craft paper by it's by a company called Canvas Corporation. And I got this paper at the Scrapbook Expo a few weeks ago. Well, a couple weeks ago. By the time she gets this box, I'm not going to show this video until I know she has the box in her hands. And then I added a couple of pink flowers here because her favorite color combination is pink and brown. And so I thought this was just the cutest picture. And I put a couple of pink large curly gardenias here that I got off of SA Crafters. And then these two little crochet flowers I bought from a friend. Her mom makes crochet flowers, and so I got those from a friend. And then I used some October Afternoon lace trim here. And then this was just a little glitter heart that I had in my stash, and I just wrapped a little bit of twine around it. And then this is just some brown basil paper, and I used Martha Stewart punch to make that scallop, dotted scalloped edge. And then here, this is an October Afternoon rub-on that I used, and I used the the Stampin' Up! Scallop punch for this one. And then I used my Cricut to cut out these letters. I can't remember what cartridge I used, gosh, because I was at a crop and I used someone else's cartridge. But anyway, I used this cartridge to cut out the word smile. And then this little happy, this is one of October Afternoon. This came out of one of the flour sacks. I think it's the flea market or sidewalk, I'm not sure. But it came up, that's October Afternoon, and I just kind of popped it up and inked the edges a little bit. And then this little corner edge here, a friend of mine gave me this. And she said that she's had it for a long time, but I thought it was just so pretty. It needed something else on that little edge, and it's just a scallop corner. And I added some flat back pearls. And then I added a couple of recollections. These little pink flowers are little recollections flowers with a little pearl in the middle. So that's my layout. I kept it really simple, but I think she'll like it. I think it turned out really, really cute. It's a really cute picture, and I hope she likes it. So that's the first thing, one of the things that I made for my secret sister this month. And let me show you a couple other things that I did. A couple weeks back, Nancy over at Secret Squirrels, and she's Nancy, and I'll put her link down below. It's Going Crazy, I think, something like that. But anyway, I'll put her link down below as well. She took an order for glassine bags, and we all went in on a huge amount, and she was so sweet and, divvied them all up, and we all sent money in. And so what I did was, and I've seen several ladies do this, I embossed on the glassine bag. And this is a stamp that I got from a garage sale, actually. It was brand new. I think I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. And so I just stamped that image with some Versamark, and I put some black embossing powder on top, and I heat embossed it, and it turned out really, really pretty. I still need to make a topper or something to go on top. I did that one, and I did this one, and I just added some goodies in there for her. So that's how I'm wrapping up her extra little goodies. And then I want to show you a tag that I made for her as well. here's the tag that I made for my secret sister. And again, I used the basic colors, the blacks, the creams. And I got this image right here off of the internet. And I used this ornate die cut that I got in a swap from someone. And I just sprayed it with, I inked it and sprayed it with some Perfect Pearls. And then this was a little tag that I had from, I think that's from October Afternoon, and I just popped up there. It says rejoice, rejoice, and I put a little black flower here. And then I used some velvet ribbon and tied a bow and put a antique button and put some jute twine. And this is from Maya Road. This is a Maya Road tool. And then this right here is some vintage lace, beautiful lace that I got at the swap meet. And I've been using it very sparingly because I don't have a large piece of it. So I've been being very careful what I use it on. And then in the background here, I have some vintage music paper that I just glued down and distressed it with some vintage photo. And I distressed the edges with my distressing tool. And it's all popped up on there. And so that turned out really pretty. And then on the back, the tag itself is a vintage alphabet card that I got at the swap meet. I got some alphabet flashcards from the swap meet. And so that's what I use for the base of my card. So there's my tag for her. And then I made her card. I made her gatefold card. And let me show you that. I should have had this out of the wrapping already. I tried to make everything very elegant. And her, one of the other things we could do, we could use an accent color. And her accent color that she wanted was yellow because she made a statement that her scrap room was a light yellow because I guess it used to be a baby's room. So what I did here, I made a gatefold card. And this is a pre-cut card and pre-scored card that I got from my local scrapbook store. And I just used some more of that vintage music paper, and I used another piece of that craft paper from Canvas Corporation. And then I used a couple of vintage looking buttons here. And then this is part of a Stampin' Up! Stamp set. And I stamped that there and fussy cut it out and put it here and distressed it. Put a couple little flowers there. And then I tied it together with some seam binding. And then on the back, there's a piece of the music paper on the back. I think it turned out really pretty. And I used some Want to Scrap bling here and another little flower. And then in the inside, I just wrote her a nice little note in the inside. So there's my card for her. And I hope she likes all of this. And then I'm going to show you my box. Here's my box. Okay, so my box, what I did was, I had this cigar box. I got this from, my husband and I were down towards San Diego, and we stopped at this little craft, like arts and craft store. And they had all kinds of wooden boxes and things. And I picked up this box. And I decided not to paint it. I decided to just distress it with my distress inks. And so I distressed it with some vintage photo. And then I put some more of that velvet trim around the edges and put some bling, some mesh bling from Carlos 001. That's where that came from. And then this is Want to Scrap's scallop bling. I love that. I put that on the front. I didn't have enough to go all the way around the box, so I just put it in the front. And then on the top of the box, I used my computer. And what I did was I took some of the vintage music paper and I taped it down to a piece of regular 8.5 by 11 copy paper. And I ran it through my printer and printed this image that I found on the internet. I resized it and printed it on top of the vintage paper. And I think it turned out really, really pretty. And I just tore the edges and put it on the front. And then I put a cluster of flowers here. There's the accent color that she wanted was yellow. And then here I used my computer to print out Queen Bee Anne. And then I put a little bit more bling. And you know, using all this bling is totally different from what I'm used to doing. You know, I like bling, but I don't know, I just decided to bling it up this time. So I think it turned out really pretty, and I hope she likes it. So there's my box, and then the inside of the box, I've got some things inside of the box, but I want to show you, I still have to do a few more things on the inside to decorate the inside, but I already started. I decorated a balsa box for her, and again, I decided that I would just use my distress inks to ink it up, and I did some stamping. I used one of my Stampin' Up! Stamp sets to stamp on the side. I love that stamp right there. And then I stamped here, it says more. And then I used a piece of vintage lace here, and a flower that someone sent to me, a couple of little black flowers and some leaves, and a little bit more of that want to scrap bling. And then in the inside of the box, there is, it's filled with vintage buttons. So she's going to get some of the vintage buttons that I ordered from an eBay seller. I got those vintage, I got actually quite a bit. But anyway, so those are the things that I made for her. And let's see, I think, oh, the other thing was the journal. Let me show you the journal. It's a journal organizer. And here it is. This is what I came up with for her. Okay, let me move the box out of the way. Let's see here. Okay, just move the box. Okay, so here's my journal, and what we were supposed to do is we were supposed to make an organization journal that they can organize swaps, Copic markers, whatever they wanted to use it for. And I know one of the things that she wanted was, she expressed that she wanted something to organize her Copics. So this is what I came up with, and what I did was I divided it into 4 sections. I haven't put the papers in yet, but so I still have to do that. And I divided it into 4 sections, and I used some of the craft paper from that from Canvas Corporation to make the dividers. And then this is just a piece of craft paper that I ran through my embossing folder, through my Big Shot. And then there's that one. Okay, so on the outside, I used that same image of the bumblebee and just resized it so that I could print it 3 together like this. And I ran it again through my printer and then just cut it with my top note. And then I added a queen, a crown here, and then this says Artful. I put a couple of little flowers here on the side. And then there's some burlap back here with another strip of that paper. And then there's some more of the music note paper. And I had a little bit of that scallop trim left, that bling trim, and I put that in the front. And then I put this pretty black lace all around the edge of the book and the inside. And I thought that gave it a really nice touch. And then on the side, I had a piece of this trim here, and I put that up the side. I really wanted to put some rosettes here, but I didn't have any. So, and I went to my local scrapbook store, and they didn't have it. They were all out of the black ones. So I came back and I used that, and I liked the way it looked. So that turned out really nice. And so those are the things that I made for my Secret Squirrel. Oh wait, one more thing. I almost forgot. Just a second. Oops. Gotta show this. Let me see. Okay, here's the last goodie she's gonna get, or she already has, is I made this bucket. Well, I didn't make the bucket, but this bucket, where did I pick up this bucket? I picked this bucket up at, gosh, I can't remember where I got this bucket. Anyway, I can't remember. I don't know if it was Walmart or where I got this little bucket. I'm not sure. But anyway, what I did was I made some burlap flowers. I had a little piece of burlap, but I didn't have very much left. So I was only able to make 3 flowers. I used the Tim Holtz tattered flower die, and I used some of the eyelash trim to put in the center, and then I used some of the vintage buttons to put it together. And then this is an October afternoon rub on. It says beautiful, and then I filled it with flowers, and they're a little smashed right now because I had it in the box. I'm trying to fit everything into the box so that I can send it on its way. But there's lots of pretty flowers in there, and I've got lots of prima flowers, and there's some recollections and some petal flowers. So I hope she likes that. So those are my goodies for my Secret Squirrel this month, and I hope she likes everything. And I hope you like everything. And you guys leave some comments. This was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed this swap this month. And thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.